we will go into a new topic, a very important topic in theory of computation, known as regular expressions. Now, before we go into details about what is regular expression, let us see what is the job of a regular expression. Now, you did very much see what do you mean by a regular language. Okay, a language is something which gives you a series of strings, like something starting with A, ending with A, and so on. Now, when you have a given language, you do have something called acceptance. You have to check whether that particular language is accepted or not. And that acceptance is done with the help of your finite automata. And we did even see the different kind of automata we have. We already know that you given a language, the automata will tell whether you can reject it or accept it. So this is the relationship between a language and a finite automaton. Now, given a language, you should be able to give a mathematical expression for a particular language. And this mathematical expression, it is facilitated through regular expressions. Okay, just like you have mathematical expressions, algebraic expressions, you do have something called regular expression, and you can say that it is a representation. A regular expression is a representation of a regular language. Okay, they will be describing the regular language. So regular languages are represented by regular expressions. Now, as I've rightly written over here, they are nothing but mathematical expressions. Now, let us see a few operations of regular expressions. There are three operations in regular expressions. You call them the union operator, which is denoted with a plus, the concatenating, which is done by a dot, and then the clean closure, which is done by a star. As you all know, clean closure is nothing but you can have greater than or equal to 0. Now, we will be learning about all these in detail. Now, based on these operations, we do even have three properties of regular expressions. Now, the first property, it comes under the category called primitive regular expressions. Now, primitive regular expressions, they have three main subdivisions which come under. Like, you very well know what do you mean by phi. Phi means empty. Okay. Now, if phi is the empty set, it will be denoted with an empty set like this. Okay. Now, null means you will have something which is null. There is a null. Okay. This is empty. Empty, which means you have nothing. But this is actually a set which will contain the null. And if A belongs to an alphabet, it will be denoted by A. If B belongs to the alphabet, you will denote it by B. If both A and B belong, you will denote it A comma B, and so on. The second one is an extension of the primitive regular expression. If R1 and R2 are primitive, you say that the concatenation is primitive. You even say that the product is primitive. You will even say that the clean closure is also a regular expression. If R1 and R2 are primitive regular expressions, R1 plus R2, that is a regular expression. R1 dot R2, that is also a regular expression. R1 star, that is also a regular expression. And now, if you know you have a sigma where you have A, B, and we already saw that, you know, this comes under a regular expression. It can be used several times. How many ever times you go on using a combination, all of them, they will be regular expressions. Now let's see a few examples, okay? Like, you know, as I told you earlier, if you have a regular expression phi, the language which will support it is an empty language. Is an empty language. If you have a regular expression which is empty or null, you have a language which has the null. If you have A, you have a language called A. If you have A star, as we already saw, star is anything greater than or equal to 0. Okay, if it is 0, it means, you know, it is a null. Okay, so this is 0 string, length 1, length 2, length 3, and so on. Okay, if you have A plus, this is positive closure. Positive closure, as you all know, greater than or equal to 1, you will not have the null. Instead, you have 1 string, 2 string, 3 string, and so on. Now, when you have an expression like this, A plus B star, okay? When you have an expression like this, A plus B star, you understand it like this. It will be a language which can either have A or B. Plus is nothing but, you know, your concatenation. Okay, so A plus B star means you will be having a language which is either A or B or both of that greater than or equal to 0 times, which means, you know, you can very well have the null set. You can have A alone, you can have B alone, you can have them combined, 2 strings, 2 length string, 3 length string, 4 length string, 5, and so on. Now, let's see a few problems, like, you know, how we make regular expressions. So let's start to do a few problems. Now, before problems, we'll just go for the very basic thing, like, you know, how do you get a regular expression? So, you know, we'll just have a first problem. For all the problems, we will be using sigma A, comma B. Now, imagine I'm telling, generate the regular expression for a language which accepts all strings of length 2, which means, you know, you can have AA, AB, BA, and BB. So this is your language. This is your language. These are the acceptable strings. These are the acceptable strings. With the help of the automata, we saw how to check for acceptance. We even saw how to draw an automata, be it a DFA or be it an NFA. We saw how to draw it. We even saw how to convert it. Now let's see, how can you denote this mathematically? How will you be able to denote this mathematically? So, you know, I'll write the mathematical expression for this. As you know, it is a finite automate, it is a finite language. All finite languages, you will be able to make a regular expression. Now, to find out the mathematical expression for that, I'll just simply do a union. AA plus AB plus BA plus BB. Okay. Now, you know, I just combine these two. I have A in common, so I'll write A plus B plus B, A plus B. Okay, which means, you know, I simplify it again. I will come to a mathematical expression called A plus B, A plus B. This is what you call a regular expression. How can you mathematically denote it? How will you be able to mathematically denote a specific language? Given a language, how can you mathematically denote it? So very simple. This is of length 2. Imagine you want to make a strength of length 3. So, the strings will be AAA, AAB, ABA, ABB, BBA, BBB, BAB. You can go on. Okay? You do a mathematical union of everything. You simplify it. You will be getting A plus B into A plus B into A plus B. Okay? So, this will be a 2-length string. This will be a 3-length string. If you want to generate a 4-length string, this will be the mathematical regular expression, the mathematical equation. Okay, so this is what you mean by a regular expression. How can you mathematically be denoting it? Okay, now we'll go for the next one. Length of at least 2. Okay, at least 2 means you can have all these. All these you can have 2. Then you can have 3 length, 4 length, on and on. It is an infinite. Okay, it is an infinite language. You can have a 2-length string, 3-length string, 4-length string, and so on. Now, you can make the mathematical expression for it. 2 length, of course, will be there. Okay, you can even have 3 length, 4 length, 5 length, 6 length, so and all with the help of this closure. Okay, when star is equal to 0, you will have only 2 length. When star is equal to 1, star is equal to 0 means it will be a 2-length string. When your star is equal to 1, it will be a 3-length string. When your star is equal to 4, it will be a, star is equal to 2, it will be a 4-length string, and so on. We'll go for the next one. Length at most 2, which means, you can have a null string, you can have a you can have a B, you can have AA, AB, BB, BA, that's it. Okay, at most 2. Okay, so we'll just try doing the expression for that. You can have a null, you can have an A, you can have a B, you can have an AA, you can have an AB, you can have a BA, and you can even have a BB. These are the strings in the language. Okay, which means, at most 2, you can say you can have something like this: A plus B plus epsilon into A plus B plus epsilon. Okay, no, we'll understand it without the epsilon first. Leave off the epsilon. Leave off both the epsilon. A plus B into A plus B means your 2-length strings are satisfied. Now, if I want to have a 1-length string, I can either have A plus epsilon or B plus epsilon. Okay, this is for my 1-length string. If I want to have my null string, I can go for epsilon, epsilon. Okay, so the mathematical expression for at most 2 is A plus B plus epsilon into A plus B plus epsilon. Now we'll go for the 4th one. Even length string. Okay, even length string means you can have 0 length, you can have 2 length, you can have 4 length, you can have 6 length, and so on. It is again, infinity. It is infinity. So, we'll go for 2-length string first. You know what is a 2-length string? A plus B into A plus B. Now everything should be multiples of 2. everything should be multiples of this. So can't I simply denote it like this? When my star is 0, I will have a 0 length string. Okay. When my star is 1, I will have a 2 length string. When my star is 2, I will have a 4 length string, and so on. Now we'll go for the next one. Odd length. Odd length means it is 1 length, 3 length, 5 length, and so on. So very simple. I just have the same thing again. And then add one more. Okay. So, this particular expression, when sigma is 0, I will have a 0 length plus this 1 length. Okay. When sigma is 1, I'll have a 2 plus 1. Star is 0, I will be having, when star is 0, I will be having a simple 1 length string. Okay, this whole thing, this will go into a 0. So I'll just have my 1 length string remaining. Whenever my star is 1, I will be having a plus b, a plus b, a plus b, which is a 3 length string. Whenever my star is 2, I will be having a plus b raised to 2, a plus b, which is nothing but a 4 plus 1, a 5 length string, and so on. Now, next one. Length of the string should be divisible by 3. Length of the string should be divisible by 3, which means, I can have a 0 length string, I can have a 3 length, I can have a 6 length, and so on. So, everything, it comes, with connection to a 3 length string. So I can have my string as a plus b, a plus b, a plus b. So this is my 3 length string. I give a star over here. Whenever my star is 0, I will have a 0 length string. Whenever my star is 1, I will have a 3 length. When my star is 2, I will have a 6 length. Whenever my star is 3, I'll have a 9 length, and so on. Now we'll go for the next one. Length of the string should be 2 mod 3. No? Your mathematics congruence, it should be 2 mod 3. Which in simple terms is, the length of the string, if you take it as n and you divide it by 3, you should be getting a remainder of 2. Okay, which means, like, if I have a 5 length string, that is possible. 5 mod 3 is 2. 7 mod 3 is okay. 1 mod 3, all these kind of strings. Okay, so whatever is the length, if you divide it by 3, you should be getting 2. So, mathematically, I can say the length of the string should be 3n, not 1, 2. 3n plus 2. This should be the length of the string. Because, whenever you divide it by 3, you should be getting a remainder of 2. So, you should have a 3 length string plus a 2 length string. So, I can write 3 length string first. A plus b, a plus b, a plus b. This is my 3 length string. I should have an extra length of 2 also. I should have an extra length of 2. So that's done. This is my 3n. This is my 2 length. So, I will be getting something which is 2 mod 3. Now let's go for the next one. Even number of A's. They have not told about the length of the string. Only thing is I should be having even number of A's. Okay, so even number of A's means I can have 2 A's, I can have 4A, and so on. So my sigma is what? Sigma is A, comma, B. Which means, I should have 2 A's, any number of 2 A's. Okay, I'm doing it step by step. I should have at least 2 A's. I gave a star over here because, even 0 A is possible. Even number of A's means 0 A is also possible. So, I gave a star over here, 2 A's. And now I can have B anywhere. I can have B before, B after, B in between. Anywhere B is possible. Anywhere, any number of B's are possible. 0, greater, any number of B's are possible. So, when I think about even number of A's, this is my mathematical equation. B star, B anywhere. B before A, after A, anywhere I can have B. I have a star over here, so that I take care of my even number of A's. Now let's think about the next one, odd number of A's. Just drop all this. Yeah, we got over here. Okay, so we're thinking of odd numbers of A. So odd numbers of A means very simple. You can have a 1A, you can have a 3A, you can have a 5A, and so on. Okay. Exactly 2 A's. Okay. Exactly 2 A's means here also sigma is equal to AB. Exactly 2 A's means you can have your string however you want. BA. The length can be anything. Only thing is you can use only 2 A's. So very simple. You can have only 2 A's before, after, in between, anything. You can have exactly 2 A's. Next one, at least 2 A's, which means you can have 2A, you can have 3A, like you can have AA, BAA is possible, BAAA is possible. All these things, it goes infinity, AAB, all these. At least 2 A's. Okay? You can do that as your homework, at least 2 A's. Then you can have at most 2 A's, which means, you can have a null, you can have a single A, you can even have AA, all these are possible. That also, you can do it as your homework. Now let's go for something interesting. Starting with A. Starting with A means, you should be starting it with A. After that, you are not bothered whatever happens, how many ever happens. You should, sorry, not here. I wrote it in the wrong place. It should start with A. After that, you are not bothered whether A, B, any number of combinations happen. The next one is ends with A. So, beginning you are not bothered whatever happens. It should end up with A. Next one is it should contain A. So same logic. Beginning, anything can happen. End, anything can happen. In between, you should have an A. The next one, start and end with A. Which means, in the beginning, you should have an A. In the end, you should have an A. In between, you are not bothered. You can have anything. The next one, starting and ending with different symbols. Okay. So, starting with A, let's say, starting with A. You know what is starting with A? If it starts with A, it should not end with A. Okay, so let's say starts with A means, you can have A plus B star. Okay, they're telling starting and ending with different symbols. So if it starts with A, it should end in B. This is the expression. Okay, now if it starts with B, it should end with A. Which means if it starts with B, it should end with A. So, the union of this will be the answer. So the answer will be, if it starts with A, in between anything is okay, it should end with B, plus if it starts with B, it should end up with A. The next, somewhat similar to that. Starting and ending with the same symbol. So, if it starts with A, it should end up with A. If it starts with B, it should end up with B. So you have one more case over here. Simply A is possible, starting with A, ending with A. Similarly, simply B is also possible, and even your null set is possible. So this is how you generate regular expressions. The basic thing is the length of the regular expression of a two-length string. Once you are comfortable with how you got this, the remaining everything will be the combination of this particular series.